What is going on, community? What is going on, people of Earth? I have not done that live yet. I am TJ, aka Flash by Night, and it has been a while since I did one of these live. But I had some books to show. I had some time to kill. Usually on Sundays, you can find me somewhere close to the Red Zone channel, sweating out a couple of my fantasy football teams, a couple of my lineups, see if I'm going to do well. If you see me here instead of there, you can kind of guess how well I did. Let's just say that I thought uh, with Josh Allen. Josh Allen would take me to the promised land today. The promised land was not Detroit. The promised land was not Buffalo. So it went okay, but not well. I thought that playing Kenyon Drake for the Baltimore Ravens would be a good idea because Gus Edwards was out. Kenyon Drake has been doing great, and the Carolina Panthers defense has not been so great. So I thought that would work out. Didn't really work out all that well. So my interest in my fantasy teams kind of slowly waned. I'm gonna have to lick my wounds and try to do better next Sunday. But that means I am here this Sunday to hang out with anybody who shows up and wants to see what I have. So with that being said, I guess I'll start out with the first thing, which is a AOK from Blah. Did I blah live? Don't ignore that. Please ignore that. So from Chop and Drop 2013, he sent me a couple of stickers and he sent me a nice little thank you card. I won't really share what's in the thank you card. Uh, if he pops on and says it's okay, I may later. But it's just a nice little thank you card. Very, very well appreciated. I will make sure I keep this somewhere safe and guarded. But what he did send was two of his infamous chop and drop stickers. If I can get them out of the light. There we go. Well, I can get one. I think that's Will. There we go. Yeah, he sent me two chop and drop stickers. Usually when I get two stickers, there's one for the house and one for the job. So we'll find somewhere in the house and at the job to put our chop and drop stickers. If you do not know who Chop and Drop is, or you have not seen him around in these YouTube streets, he's in everybody's chats, everybody's live streams. He supports everyone. And so if you don't know him, find him. And if you could support him back, I have left his information in the description of the video. So whenever you get a chance, check out Chop and Drop. My next thing I got is a giveaway win from Mark at Legion of Comics. Of course, if you know me, you probably know Mark from Legion of Comics, but he does a channel really big in the fandom, really big into his DC comics. In fact, he should have a show on tonight. I think around what is it, 9 Eastern, 8 real time, Central Time, going over all of his things from the week, pop culture news, movie news, what he and the gang read this week. Is usually him, Chris the Comic Vet, and Ryan, new guy Ryan, but I think it's spelled Nuex. I hope I'm getting that right. But those three are usually on a show called At Week's End. But what I won from Mark was this 90s silver variant for Batman 129. Let me see if I can get this really good without showing too much of what's going on in the room, in the closet. Yeah, so this is a really, really nice book. Looks like Batman and Bane going at it on the cover. I won this watching his Tuesday show live. He usually goes live Tuesday afternoon to show you what he picked up for New Comic Book Day #1. Like I said, he's a big DC guy, and DC drops their new comic books on Tuesday, so he'll go live, show you what he got, tell you what he read already, what he thought. He'll usually have a guest or two on during that time. So, like I said, if you don't know who Mark from Legion of Comics is, go check him out. Again, I'll have his description. I have his information in the description. There we go. I got to get myself together. I can't believe I blogged live and I can't erase it. I can't take it out. That may be why I don't go live all the time. So I don't blog while I'm live. All right. So the next thing I have is actually a bunch of books, couple of pickups from my old, new LCS. Maybe not old, maybe not new LCS. It's definitely my old LCS, Quality Comics. So my LCS was and still is a online seller of vintage and older comic books. I'm guessing they buy collections and they sell them, or if they find keys, they get them graded and they sell them that way. But they no longer run like a storefront, everyday 9 to 5 kind of retail store. They basically do online purchases. That's what I think. That's the genesis of their store. And then they ran a regular storefront for a few years. So I caught back up with them, and I found out where they do auctions. They have some good auctions that start at like $1 a piece. And so far, it has been a little bit of a gold mine for me. So I'm going to show you the books I picked up from Quality Comics over the past couple of weeks. So first book up, and this actually coincides really well with what James Gunn at DC, now DCU, has been doing. He's thrown up a couple of pictures on Twitter. We're taking it as hints to where he wants to go with DC, the DC movies, now that he's like the head of that branch of Warner Brothers / Discovery, whatever they want to call themselves. But this picture he threw up last week and got people all a buzz. This is JSA issue number 76 with Mr. Terrific on the cover. This is also an Alex Ross cover, or as people call him, Ross the Boss. This is a nice cover, and I think I got it for maybe $3, maybe. So I had to have this, and I was really happy that like this picture, the Monday afterwards, this picture popped up on James Gunn's Twitter. And like I said, we think he's making hints at moves he is going to make in the future, but who knows? In the meantime, great book. Next book I have is another JSA book. It is JSA issue number 78. And of course, I'm a Flash fan, so of course, it's got to be a Flash on the cover. But this is the Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrick. All right, we have people popping up in the chat. Let's see who is with us. What is going on? It is Gary B, the casual comic guy. If you guys don't know who Gary B is, Gary B, great community member, great gatherer of the community, creator of the Grow Together movement. How we doing, Gary? We also have the aforementioned Chop and Drop in the house. As I said, Chop and Drop always supporting the community, always in the live streams, always in the comments. And now he is always going to be somewhere in my house and somewhere in my office. How we doing tonight, Chop? I just popped on to show some things I got over the past couple of weeks. I don't know if you saw it, but Mark from Legion of Comics sent me this Batman 129 silver 90s variant. Awesome, awesome book. And that's about as far as I got besides the stickers and the 2 JSA books. So you didn't miss a whole lot. I was just talking about how my old LCS now strictly works online and strictly sells online. And I found out where they do auctions, and they start at $1. And I've been having some fun, probably buying more books than I need to buy, but they were $1, or at least they started at $1. And this, I want to say, was like $2. But we have Luke Cage, Power Man, issue number 26. And this is I'm assuming the Night Shocker. He wants Luke Cage's blood. I need to read this and find out what he's thinking, because I don't know about him biting into Luke Cage's skin. I don't know if that's gonna work. I need to read this and find out if that works. Let's see. Yeah, the card bait is safely. I should have let you know earlier, but I knew I'd get around to making a video or going live sometime soon. And I decided I'd just wait till then to kind of show off what came. But it was a nice card. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate what you do in the community, and you kind of sticking around and showing support to everybody. All that's great. All right, next book I have, Howard the Duck, issue number 2, with the Deadly Space Turnip. I need somebody to tell me what a space turnip is. But whatever it is giving Howard a hard time on this cover. That's Howard the Duck, issue number 2. I think I may have hopped up to as much as $5 for this one. And the next book I have is a book that I really, really wanted. I've been wanting a copy ever since I knew about it. And I finally got a copy for a price that I was willing to pay, which was around $10. But we have Howard the Duck, issue number 12. And I believe this is the first appearance of the band Kiss in Marvel Comics. This is one of the I want to say one of the few keys in the Howard the Duck run, issue 1, issue 12. I don't know if there are any other Marvel Howard the Duck keys, but once I started grabbing Howard the Duck books, I knew this one was one I had to run across before long. Nice get on Howard. Yeah, Gary, I have been having this Howard itch. I don't know. I've had a few itches lately. Howard, Transformers. There's one more older book I've been knocking at the door with. It's probably Moon Knight. I'm trying to finish up my sooner or later finish up my original Moon Knight run, probably 60-70% through. So we'll see if we get around to that sometime in the near future. I'm not in a rush. Whenever I pick things up, whenever I see things around, I'll just grab them at the right price. No rush. Next book, I think it's 3 of these, but I'm always on the lookout for Fighting Marines. And this is it issue number 95, Fighting Marines 15-cent cover, I believe. I am always on the lookout for Fighting Marines books. I always pick them up when I see them. Next book I have is Fighting Marines issue 101. And last but not least, we have a nice clean war in Fighting Marines issue number 108. Like I said, I'm always looking out for these Fighting Marines books. I may have somewhere around 20, 25 of them, I think. We'll see. I don't know if I'll ever finish that run. But as long as the clock keeps ticking and I keep collecting, whenever I see them, I grab them. So next I have a second printing of Marvel Zombies issue number 4. And then we've got a zombified Green Goblin with a zombified Peter behind his glider. I really liked this cover when I saw it. And like I said, all of these books, maybe minus the Howard the Duck 12, are somewhere between like $1 and $3. But yeah, that's Marvel Zombies issue number 4, the second printing. Next book up is a run I've been saying I need to read. I've got to figure out how to find all, I think it's 12 issues maybe, but it's the Ultimates issue number 1 by Al Ewing. This is a team I would love to see sometime in the MCU. It may be a little bit harder now, as one of the members, as of now, isn't around, but we'll see. But you've got Black Panther, you've got Monica Rambeau, you've got Blue Marvel, you've got America Chavez, and Captain Marvel. And I want to say Galactus may be like this Lifebringer character. I'd love to read about it and see exactly what that means. And if Galactus is on the good side, who is the antagonist? Anyway, Ultimates issue number 1. Next book up is a run I may actually. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I've got a few of them. We've got Eternals issue number 9. This is a key. I forget which one it is. I was trying to snag the first is it Kingo, but somebody snatched that one from under me. But that's okay. This may be the first Sprite, if I remember correctly. I'll have to check and see. But this is Eternals issue number 9. And I think this is the last of that first round of Eternals. Eternals issue number 18, with Icarus getting I don't know what Icarus is getting, but it is not looking fun for Icarus on this cover. So that's Eternals issue 18. All right, I think we got a few more books to go. Next book up is going to be Fantastic Four issue 204. I don't know a whole lot about these Fantastic Four issues here, but I felt like, $1 or $2, maybe $3 would be worth the investment to grab a few of these. So this is Fantastic Four 204. I don't know if that is. Let's see. The scrolls are back and more menacing than ever. So I guess that's a random scroll on the front. Next book we got is Fantastic Four issue 208, guest starring the Sphinx, whoever he may be. Again, these Fantastic Four books, $1, $2, so I snatched them up. Next book I have is Fantastic Four 238, and I'm going to be honest, Dr. Doom is not in this Marvel comic. Oh, Dr. Doom. Let's see. Oh, and that is Second Street Marvel. How are we doing, sir? Thank you for stopping by. Just showing off a few books I got from my old, not quite new LCS, but they are alive and kicking, and so I am alive and shopping. And the last book I got from that haul is Fantastic Four 273. If I'm not mistaken, this is it the first Nathaniel Richards? Is that Reed Richards' father? If I'm not mistaken. And he may or may, now you're gonna make me lie. He may or may not be Kang in another time, or it works. Some of that somehow that works. I'm not sure, but I knew the cover, and like I said, all of these were like $2 or $3 books. So I knew the cover, and I knew it was at least interesting, so I picked it up. And that was all of my books for this haul. But really, if I had to highlight the ones that I really wanted, I really did need this JSA with Mr. Terrific on the cover. Because I'm a Flash fan and I've never had this cover, I really did need this JSA Alex Ross with Jay Garrick on the cover. And of course, thank you very much. I've got some more, but I've got to go and dig them out. So we may do this again sometime in the near future. I don't know, maybe. All right, so I really need this Howard the Duck number 12. I don't think these things are just floating around all the time. So I'm glad I jumped on that. Let's see what else. I'm always in need of Fighting Marines books. And let's see. What else did I really need? I didn't really need this book, but this Doctor Doom cover was almost a must-have anyway. So that was all I had and all I popped on the show. I appreciate everybody that stopped by. Trinity at Second Street Marvel, Gary B, the Casual Comic Guy, Shop and Drop. If you stop by the replay. Is it replay? I think it's replay. If you pawn the replay later, go ahead, check out Mark from Legion of Comics and Chop and Drop in the description of the video, and we are going to get out of here. But as we always do at this time, love yourself, love others, and I will be back in a flash.